I'm going to ask you to do something that you're not going to like very much. Will you kill me? I don't know how much longer I've got, and I'd rather die like me rather than hurt anyone. So will you kill me? I don't want to hurt anyone.
I promise I will not let you hurt anyone.
But if you need to, will you?
I will do what it takes to not let you hurt anyone.
I know. I'm giving you permission that if I do start biting, that you can just.
You're doing it again.
Hit me with a rock.
You're doing the goodbying and the death.
I don't want to die without saying goodbye. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want you to die, so we're just going to keep going.
Crying.
Okay, say it. Say your goodbye then. Come on. Come on.
I would have loved the life we were going to have. I think we would have ruled that town before we got old. We would have made things great, and I wouldn't change a thing. Don't feel bad for what's happened here. I would have rather have had this short burst of adventure than spend 40 years just sitting in a citadel throwing seeds around. And I love you. Forever.
Yeah. Well, I know one thing I would change. And I reach into a hidden pocket in my belt. Don't you know I wouldn't leave it lying around? And take your left hand and push an engagement ring. It's not too gaudy. It is a huge sapphire, but a very lovely setting around it. And it seems somehow, I've clearly had it enchanted, that it glints and glitters just like your guiding bolt does. This is yours to hold on to until we get to the surface. And when we get to the surface and, we've had a bath, I will go down on one knee and I will do what I planned and we'll do this properly. But this is yours to hold on to. And every time you start thinking that we're saying goodbye and that we're going to die and we're not going to make it, you look at that and you remember that we have a whole life ahead of us. And we're not giving up.
And welcome back, everybody. So, what happened last time? Well, the party made their way further into the Underdark, and in doing so, encountered some strange creatures, a sandy area, and received many, many, many hints that mind flayers might be afoot, and were obviously concerned about this fact.
Yes.
Regardless, they befriended an Otter-Yug because I let them, and
why not?
I consider that I shouldn't have let them, but actually it was really good. I'm glad that I did. And they rode said Otter-Yug through the underground desert, making their way past ancient stone giant sculptures that had been left there. Presumably this is where your stone giant friends from last campaign ran away from. And you found your way to an underground lake, ocean, very hard to tell, but there was a lot of water rippling across in waves, and you decided to fly, but then very cleverly worked out that if you made the Otter-Yug, Tooth, fly, you could all fly on the back of the Otter-Yug, thus preventing any kind of not enough of us have fly or dwarven jetpacks like we had earlier this season.
Okay.
We had a couple of false starts, if I remember. I believe it dropped Hal.
Yes.
Hal fell off.
I asked it to
Very
go
much
fast.
a similar
I asked it to go faster.
No, dropped
and
implies
Hal
it was
fell
the Otter-Yug's fault, and Tooth was not at fault.
Yes, that is true. Yes, that is true.
Defend Tooth at all costs.
Exactly.
Tooth's best boy was doing best.
Regardless, with Tooth in tow, or on the back of, you flew your way across this underdark lake, underdark sea, and found what can only be described as some kind of weird mind flayer building thing suspended between multiple stalagmites and stalactites, being fitted into place by stone giants. You also heard the chanting, Golilarun, bouncing through you. Yeah, it's got to be, that's right. And as such, you landed on the roof of this and tried to take a short rest, I believe.
Well, most of us took a short rest.
I believe Noemlin could not.
Did not. And Noemlin needed it the most.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you
No?
didn't need it.
I needed a long rest.
Just a reminder that Baphomet has uncursed Noemlin because even Baphomet thinks it's too cruel to be cursing you at this point in time.
I'm not sure how comfortable I feel with, like, you know, a Prince of Demons being like, nah, even I feel bad for you.
I was going to say, we really have put ourselves in a position if that's the case. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, because they're like, I'll get back to you later. You've got bigger fish to fry.
Precisely. Anyway, the 5 of you plus Tooth are now on the roof of this almost triangular building with various facets and angles to it, with stonework built into the sides of attaching it to various parts here. But it didn't exactly look stable necessarily. Looking inside, you also saw what looked like a strange tank or something similar, like a concrete cylinder tank, but you didn't explore any further. You have all short rested. As you all short rested, when we ended the short rest, it was most notable that horrible low guttural chant stopped at the end of your short rest.
It's all right, Noemlin. We'll just stay here for another hour and you can get some sleep.
All right. 8 would be better.
But yes, the 6
All
of
of
you
us.
are on the top of this building. It is incomplete. You could easily find ways to climb into it. At the moment, it is deathly silent apart from the methodical tung of stone giants building and the lapping of the waves.
Should we send Tooth away?
Yes.
Oh, no, that's it.
Can he
Tooth
still
can't
fly?
fly anymore.
Oh no.
He didn't want to be here, and I could make him fly again. I mean, it seems like a waste of magical energy, but
Yes, Ed.
That's sorry, small discussion thing for the group generally. I have here a spell called Hero's Feast, which I took a couple of things ago, and that has the benefit of all the creatures who eat from it become immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with an advantage. And the hit point maximum also increases by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit points. This lasts for 24 hours.
Takes an hour
10 minutes.
to consume.
Oh, I see.
We could have eaten it
You could
during
have
the
been
short
eating
rest.
it during the short rest. I would allow this if that's what you want to have done. That's perfectly fine, as long as you've done that
I
successful spell
would be
slot.
keen
I
to
don't
do
mind.
that. I think that would be a useful thing in this circumstance.
Excellent. Then in which case, do you make enough food for Tooth as well?
Ooh, I think if I can, then yes, I do.
Sweet baby.
The Tooth eats everything.
Well,
Sweet
in
baby
fact,
too.
but I think that Hal's idea might be
Pile of rubbish. Extra
think-
tasty rubbish.
Exactly. Well, it's just all of the stuff that we finish off, presumably. But yes, it might have been that Hal wanted to try and help the little one feel better.
Little one is
make-
bigger than
you-
all of you.
You could make rock cakes.
Yeah,
Mud pies.
perfect. Exactly.
No, rock cakes, because specifically he eats all the rocks.
He eats everything.
That's only because
Yeah,
that's all
but-
we've been feeding him.
I've only been feeding him rocks.
So give rock cakes. Yes,
Rock
it
cakes.
works. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I mean, what he will do is he will eat the crockery after you're done with your food.
Don't have to clean
And
up
the
anything.
table.
Great.
And the table.
Gain all the benefits of a hero's feast.
It's crunching on a plate.
Oh, come on, work.
Heroically.
Okay, so
and now
everybody.
we sorry.
Sorry, everybody gets an extra 12
nice.
temporary hit points.
They're not
Plus-
temp, they go into your max HP.
Do they?
Yeah.
For 24 hours. Sorry, I see what you mean. But also, thinking about it, you also get 12
Temps.
things from me waffling at
Sorry, to be clear, I'm adding 12 onto my maximum.
You add 12 onto
As
your max,
well
and then
as-
you add 12 temporary hit points as well. Add them both.
Understood.
Because Hal is a
My
healer.
maximum has been fixed.
just about.
I am one short of 150 hit points.
Oh,
That's a number of hit points. Very good.
I have
Ooh,
91 thanks to that. Before it was like 70, 79.
Good. Lovely. Remind us all of the benefits of Hero's Feast, Ed. So everyone's got the hit point increase. What else do they get?
you're immune to being. Hang on, I'm going to bring the thing up again. I'm trying desperately to do my own hit point thing as well.
It's fine.
Why?
Because.
Fine. It is a enormous and wonderful feast. Disappears. A creature that partakes of the feast gains several benefits. The creature is cured of all diseases and poison, becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage.
There we go.
And the hit points.
The important thing for you all to note is the wisdom saving throws with advantage. That's going to come up.
Very important. Very important.
Nice.
Very useful.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you for using your 6th level spell.
Well, that
Thank you.
is what we like.
I think
that was worth it. I think that was a good use of it.
Ed, what's the food? What does Harbonnet make everybody?
Well, Hal, I think.
Tesco meal deals.
I think the way that it's going to start is Hal will sort of go around it all the time. This is when the impassioned speech happens as well, and it goes around to each person and starts off with something about that big. So it'll be like an oyster for somebody, or for like a what they call clementine or tangerine. And then as they go round each person again and again, each next thing is a bigger, slightly more impressive dish. And this is where it takes
Multiple course meal.
Yeah, and it's just round and round, and he's trying to eat at the same time. And so
Harbonnet's taster meal.
yes, exactly. It's sort of a what's it called? Yeah, Heston Blumenthal. There's a lot of sort of dry ice and things.
It's a
This
happy
bizarre
meal.
place.
Sorry, liquid nitrogen, not dry ice. You wouldn't use dry ice in cooking.
Both not very good for you. But
Not really. Yeah.
You don't eat it. You just use it to cool down the food or like make smoke effects. And
Poach.
I love this absolute fine dining on top of
Yeah.
this pyramid in the Underdark.
Well, this is. I
In
think this
the
is
Underdark.
you don't
is
have
Wild
chairs
kids
or a
from
table.
the dark.
well, this is why. But this is why it's each an individual thing, so that
Beautiful.
you've got a little thing to enjoy whilst the next thing comes round.
And when you finish with your crockery,
Yes.
Tooth will just be in the middle, just slowly taking everyone's dirties and eating every single one as you go through.
And each round, the plate gets more and more like special as well. So that there's like gold work and stuff like that, which I hope is tasty for him.
You get Otto, you can't talk. It's kind of because they have limited telepathy. Is like feeling like
Nom, 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 nom.
it's a very special to you. We got to eat Hero's Feast.
Absolutely.
This has never happened to any of your kind.
You know what this means now?
What's that?
I can't kill
This
him.
is the
I
base.
know, he's one of us. Oh, yeah.
One of us. One of us.
Oh, look, a window.
We're taking him out of the Underdark and he's going to live with us in our
Live ever after.
presumable shared mansion somewhere.
Yes, we'll definitely get that after this.
We'll wait for the deck of many things, then we'll get one.
Anyway, at the end of your meal, this droning Corley Larun has been happening throughout your meal, and it does stop as your meal ends. Who's intelligent? Shavaris intelligent. Roll me an intelligence check.
Yeah.
That was cocked. I have shaken it. That makes it a 21.
The timing of this is sus.
No.
I'm just saying because it's not obvious necessarily from us playing like this, but the moment that you're all like, right, guess we should go and do stuff again, the chance stops. Like it is very clearly like, they know we're here. Like you can draw that connection, you can make that distinction.
I feel like they're inside our minds already. Everyone think really distracting thoughts.
Could you? Fine.
I'm thinking about all of the Black Staffs and their
Right.
history in chronological order.
Oh yeah,
Corey
mind flayers
is-
definitely don't want to know about the Black Staff.
Corey is thinking on a loop, one by one, both the things. Good morning, have a lovely cup of coffee, a la the Magic Mouth coffee pot. And also, just on a loop, welcome to the Underdark.
We will send them mad before you can get in there.
Somewhere mind flayer just goes, oh god.
I thought we killed her.
Yeah, so it's
That
have a
old
lovely
lady.
morning coffee. Welcome to the Underdark. Have a lovely morning coffee.
Mind flame.
I've just immediately gone to the monkey symbols.
I started doing the hamster dance.
Nice.
Classic. Right. What are you all doing? You're on the top of this building. It's not complete. There are holes you could easily climb in through, but you don't really know where you're going, what this is, what you're doing. You haven't talked about it either.
Well, I was going to say, should we, I hate to say this, but have a plan?
About to ask, what's the plan here? What are we looking for specifically? What are we trying to
The
stop?
brain, isn't it?
Right.
I believe that is the
Can we send Tooth away first, maybe?
Yeah.
away.
Go Tooth. Shoo.
Well, we can't just push him off.
Like the mouth of a stone
He can
giant.
probably climb real slow down the side.
I'm gonna look at Tooth, put a hand on him, and just kind of try and think image of Tooth climbing.
No, but aren't we on two stalagmites?
I thought we were on the,
No, on the
there's
building.
You're on the building.
like an upside down.
Yeah, but isn't the
triangle,
building between two stalactites?
I'm sure it'll be all right.
Yeah. The building's sort of balanced between various stalactites and stalagmites. Most of the area beneath you is clearly open to water.
No, he can just jump off.
Oh yeah,
You might die.
a distraction technique. It'd be great.
He can swim.
Well, no.
Remember?
Yeah,
he
but
was
he
very
might
keen to
die
swim
from the
before.
fall.
Yeah, don't hurt Tooth.
Well, then
You're not gonna
he can
hurt him.
climb down and then jump the little way.
Tooth telepathically sends to all of you scared.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Let him
Hang on,
fly
it means being
away.
frightened, but I take your point. That was a different thing.
Thomas, you've got the
doesn't
best kind of
know
way of
that.
communicating with Tooth. Do you have a way of asking him?
Ellen looks physically insulted by that.
No, obviously you're like, if you're like Tooth's mum, Thomas is like Tooth's uncle. Say
It's right there, and you're nope.
exactly. Is there a way of asking Tooth whether he was more scared at the idea of going away and being without us, or is he more scared at the idea of staying here and being with us?
This is going to
alright.
blow Tooth's tiny mind.
Okay. Tooth? I'm gonna try and think of an image of Tooth away, on Tooth's own, looking scared, and an image of Tooth with us, with danger, looking scared, and see if he throws one of them back to me.
On my own.
I'm going to roll for Tooth.
Oh.
Pretending no one's beside me.
Yeah.
All
Tooth.
alone, eating rocks before morning.
Tooth is going to send you an image of Tooth staying on the roof. Just waiting.
Oh, okay.
He wants to stay here. Do we think it's going to be safe if he stays here?
Nowhere
No, but I
safe.
don't think this is the Underdark. No, it's going to be safe.
We can come back for him.
Yeah.
Tooth sends you an
can-
image of Tooth attacking you and an evil mind flayer going behind
If he comes with us,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Do we all get that? Okay.
Well, he can just sit here and do his mouth thing. And if any of them come along, maybe we could try and send some of them up here, and he can eat them.
Good plan.
I don't know. Anyway, just going to communicate back to Tooth good, yes, stay.
Tooth will sit and Tooth will stay.
Tooth is a good boy.
Tooth is good boy.
No, Omlin will miss you the most.
It's true.
Whispered.
Tooth sends you a message. Who? No. Tooth doesn't understand, so you whisper and Tooth just sort of makes
Great
Otyugh
dwarf
noises.
wants a hug.
You telepathically send the dwarf wants a hug.
Yes.
Little tentacle will just come around to Nilman and like,
Oh.
No, I'll just like stroke it back.
I would like to get my bedroll out of my backpack and just be like, I know it's too small for you, but maybe you could use it as a pillow.
Tooth will eat the bed.
That was inevitable. That was the only thing that was ever going to happen. That was brilliant.
Is that all right? Tooth will just kind of go over and like.
Or can it be that I go to give it to him, see he's going to eat it, and then try. But my animal handling is not as good as Thomas's, like by any stretch. So he might still end up eating it.
Okay.
But try and basically send him a message of like, you can eat it, or you can use it for comfort, or you can save it as a snack for later.
Roll an animal handling check.
Oh god.
About getting something that only eats whether or not to eat. This really will be a breakthrough if you get this right.
Yeah, but is it like, oh, that's a 19. But, he might get that maybe he can save it as a snack for later.
That's what I mean, breakthrough.
Tooth will take it and put it and sit on it where it vanishes beneath Tooth's mass. Look a bit confused, but like, that was your recommendation for comfort, so going with it.
Cool.
Apparently this postage stamp is nice, I don't really understand why. Yeah.
All right. So now what, we climbing into it?
Oh, it's all awful. Why are we here? We turned around ages ago, but now that we're here...
Now that we've gone
got
so
to stop
far.
them.
But
But there's stone giants.
yes, well, that's the thing. I feel like we don't want to target anybody who is under the thrall of the mind flayers. We just want to target the mind flayers, but it's a question of where they are.
And
If
what
you
they
were
do.
a giant brain, where would you be?
In the
in my
tank.
head.
In the tank
Well,
that's clearly
true.
been built for the giant brain.
But it's not there yet.
We don't
Or
know.
is it? Could we
We
just
don't
not
know.
see inside yet?
I think we'd have to go closer to check.
Roll me a history check.
Ooh, I'm happy to do that. But
Rolling
I'm not
for
very good
your
at it.
personal history.
Who's rolling?
Anyone.
I've rolled a 9, so
You
I'm
don't
behind
remember.
Heather.
28.
19.
Nice.
I
28,
got
did you say?
17.
Corey?
That's a 13.
Everyone apart from Hal remembers that you rolled a 9, Ed. What do you remember
It's
to do?
fair enough.
Everyone remembers that you saw a tank and you could clearly see into it as you flew over. In fact, even from this height, as you look down through, like there's corridors in this building and things like that, but you can see through it at various points. This central tank does dominate the whole thing, and there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything in it yet.
Maybe they're going to transport the giant brain into the tank. So if we destroy the tank, we set them back a little bit.
Oh no!
Destroy a building, you said.
Didn't someone say? One of you smart people said that if a mind flayer colony moves, they take like a super illithid, and then they become a big brain. So maybe there's no big brain yet because super illithid
Isn't here.
is going to be the big brain, and they haven't made them a big brain yet because they've not finished constructing the big brain tank.
So what you're saying is we need to kill the brain before it's a big brain.
Bruce Brain.
We've still got time to stop it. Do you think, I don't know whether we'd be able to do this or not without being seen or noticed, considering they're probably in our heads already.
Oh, they know we're here. That's why the chanting stopped when we were like, we're going to go. Although then we were like, we're going to stay and make a plan. So it sucks to be them.
Do we think they're
So-
listening to all of these plans?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Then we probably shouldn't be saying the plans out loud.
Well,
Or in our heads.
just know, we're going
Which
to go
is-
in, all spells blazing, do what we do best, work
Destroy the
together,
Yes.
destroy the illithid before it goes in the tank.
But I would say destroying the tank is not a bad idea. We at least know where that is.
but we're not going to try and not hurt the people.
Or what if we didn't destroy the tank, but what if we put something in it that would do damage to the brain if it came about and they put it in it?
Like all this poison?
Like all that.
I've got a lot of it as well.
I was about to say, like Tabasco, like you're a big elder brain.
Bit spicy.
Somebody get me some milk. He needs some milk.
So you're gonna go and poison the tank. That's the plan.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
That's definitely not what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And Hal, I say this with the greatest of respect and love. This might be one time where we need to not have a plan.
Fair enough.
If they can work out what we're thinking.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Full spell blazing, chaos as per usual. Off we go.
We've discussed some options.
This is going to be fun.